Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Real Watchers live stream for February 4th, 2026. We're already 1 month done for the year.
Yeah, crazy.
Crazy. Yeah. Kevin, how the hell you been?
Good. I've been pretty good. Work has been a little tough lately, but nothing too bad, nothing too good. So just we're here.
That sums up me as well. I'm here. So we'll leave it at that. But let's go ahead and we'll jump into the news stories this week. Up first, pretty big news this week for the entertainment world. Bob Iger has been officially replaced as the CEO of Disney, with Josh D'Amaro taking over on March 18th. So for those of you not up to speed, Bob Iger took over from Bob Chapek kind of right after the pandemic because Chapek was not doing too well, and he was voted out. And they brought Iger back, who's one of the best CEOs Disney's ever had. But it was only meant to be a kind of temporary thing while they found a new CEO, and it looks like it will be Josh D'Amaro, who has been with the company for quite some time. He is the one who has been the president, or like the director, or whatever you want to call it, the highest level position in charge of Disney experiences, which means that he was the guy who was in charge of all the theme parks and the cruise lines and basically that big side of the company. He's now taking over for the company itself, because Disney is not just movies and television or video games, it's also cruise lines. It's, there's so much that goes into Disney. So, and honestly, I've seen a lot of interviews with this guy. I thought he led the presentation last year for like all the Disney park updates and stuff. And he's a really nice guy, at least from the outside. Seems really genuine. There's a couple of like theme park YouTubers that I follow, and he's just been in the parks and will just talk to people. Like, not because they're content creators, but just like what can we do better? Like, what do you like? What do you not like? And seems like a really genuine guy. So, I mean, personality-wise, I think he'll be a great take. He'll be a great pick after Iger, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see where he goes with. I'm a theme park nerd as well, but to see what he does with movies and what he stands on that as well would be very interesting to see from going forward.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Next up, Callum Turner, and is it Margot Qualley?
Margaret Qualley, yeah.
Margaret Qualley will star in Paramount's remake of Possession, directed by Parker Finn of Smile 2 and Smile. I definitely butchered those two, but it's okay.
Yeah, you actually just watched Possession for the first time last year, which is like a Letterboxd, like, huge favorite for the horror genre. I know you liked it, but you weren't like too, like, you didn't think it was like too special.
Have I watched it?
Yeah, I remember you covered it. So let me double check here.
The 80s one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did watch it. Okay. I was thinking of The Possessor. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
The
you
yellow
gave it
cover.
a 66.
Yeah.
So interesting. I mean, the Smile films have been really successful, so I'm excited to
Yeah.
see what he can do. And then obviously Callum Turner and Margaret Qualley are on top of the world right now. So
I mean,
who
put
knows?
him into more stuff. That's okay.
There you next up, really sad news that happened this week. Catherine O'Hara has passed away, I believe, at the age of 71.
Yep.
Catherine O'Hara, most well known for Home Alone, where she played Kevin's mom. Not this Kevin, but Kevin from the movie. Also from Beetlejuice, Schitt's Creek, and so many other television shows and movies. She is a true comedic talent that will be highly missed.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know she was Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Was she?
Yeah. I think she does the singing parts or something like that, and she's one of the triplets as well.
Oh, I want to double check because I don't remember that being the case.
I saw it online, so it's always true.
Oh, Sally and Shock. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, she did the regular voice. She didn't do the singing voice.
Okay.
Or maybe she did. It just says Sally. Maybe she did both. Very interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was a very interesting role for her to take. That's why I looked.
I mean, she already worked with Tim Burton with Beetlejuice, so I guess it makes sense. But passing it on next to you.
Yeah, next up, James Wan teases his return to the Saw franchise, saying, "We want to hark back to the spirit of the original film, and hopefully it's just playing some games and getting twists and turns, because that's what made the first one, I think, very memorable."
Yeah, I hope it kind of has like an indie movie spirit to it. Like, obviously it's a big franchise, but I kind of want to see it feel like that first movie, because the first movie is legitimately a great horror movie. It's one of the greatest horror movies, and so like would love to see it go back to that and not be so much connected to everything. Maybe make it isolated. Who knows? But he hasn't been, because he directed the original, but he hasn't been involved at all except for like giving his blessing to the rest of it. So. Next up, kind of sticking onto horror news, Micah Monroe is teasing They Follow and how her character is going in a new and exciting direction. They Follow being the sequel to It Follows, which is one of my personal favorite horror movies.
So good.
And Micah Monroe being very successful now, having done Long Legs and 100 Nights of Hero recently, and then she has that new one coming out, like Memories of Him or whatever, which that trailer pisses me off every single time. But it's not her fault. Not her fault at all. But very excited for this. Obviously, the first movie's great, so I want to see more.
I want to see more of it as well. Next up, Fast and Furious 11 will be called Fast Forever. The movie is expected to release on March 17th, 2028. Cool. I just don't know where they're going to go with it.
It's going to bite the bullet.
Yeah. Just get.
Honestly, I don't remember who we were talking about this with. Maybe it was our friend Grant, where like they've done everything. This last one should literally just be another street racing movie. Like nothing crazy.
Like the first
back
movie.
To the roots. Yeah, I think that would be really kind of full
circle.
That
would be hilarious.
I'd actually probably really enjoy it if they go back to that route. But
I think so. It's just different instead of going to space. Oh wait, haven't gone to the depths of the ocean. There we go. I already figured out.
They haven't driven the Challenger on the bottom of the Marianas Trench yet.
No, not yet.
Alrighty, next up, really excited about this. The Dune 3 trailer is reportedly finished and will be released soon, according to Mr. Timothy Chalamet. Which, I mean, hey, there's no harm in marketing a movie early. So go ahead.
Especially this movie, too.
Especially this one, because it's going out the same day as Avengers Doomsday. So they really need to market this movie. And
Dune, what did we call it? Doomsday? Doomsday, yeah, perfect.
Can't wait.
Love it. Yep, me neither. Apple has teased an F1 sequel. Cool. I mean, the first one did so well. Why not?
Maybe got a surprise Best Picture nomination.
Yeah, and then I want to see what they do with the main person's character, not Brad Pitt. Who's the other guy?
Damson Idris.
Yeah, I want to see his character grow into maybe he gets a cocky co-pilot and stuff like that, and see what progresses from there.
Either that or a completely different story. Like
that would be even cool too. Yeah,
they can totally do that. They basically, Apple said that like they're not rushing it. They want
Good.
to make sure that it's good enough to take the time to actually make. So,
Love that.
I mean, hey, at least they're not making mistakes some other Hollywood studios seem to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, next up, really exciting news here. A24 is currently working on developing their Texas Chainsaw Massacre film after they won the rights in the battle for who was going to own the franchise. And we are going to be getting a Texas Chainsaw Massacre TV show from the writer of The Long Walk, which really cool, actually. And wasn't enough room in the story here, but what's his name? Glenn Powell from Twisters and everything. Mm-hmm. He is going to be serving as a producer, and his production company is going to be working on it.
Very cool. So they're making a film and a TV show, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That would be awesome. You can't get. I mean, Leatherface is one of the iconic characters, so why not get two things?
Yeah, and all of A24's TV shows have been really highly acclaimed so far. I know there was the one with Emma Stone and Nathan Fielder. I can't remember the name of it. And then obviously Has Been Hotel was a huge success, and I believe they're doing Hell of a Boss too. So, really cool stuff. And they're definitely trying to invest in other things besides their typical indie artsy stuff. You know, like we are getting the Backrooms movie from the original Backrooms creator from A24 this year. So, really cool stuff on the way.
Really, really cool. I am going to possibly butcher this, but it's Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Okay, I was close. Is set to join Scarlett Johansson in the upcoming new Exorcist movie. Very cool. I should say very cool, but I don't know who that person is. To be perfect.
Chiwetel Ejiofor was Baron Mordo in the Doctor Strange movies. He was Oscar nominated for 12 Years a Slave. He was just in Life of Chuck this last year.
Oh, okay. I know who he is now. Okay.
Yeah. Really exciting. They're really populating this movie with talented people. Diane Lane's going to be joining it last week we talked about. And then Chiwetel this week, who he's also in the Backrooms movie coming out, which is really fun. Also, the Oscar nominee for Sentimental Value, Renee Rensive, who's the Best Actress nominee for Sentimental Value, she's going to be in the Backrooms movie too.
Wow.
So
that's getting a little stacked.
That one's getting stacked too. So really exciting stuff. But that is it for all the news this week. Not too much going on. We're in the beginning of the year, so I doubt we're really going to get a whole lot of stuff going on. Fast Forever, it's just all submarine racing in the ocean. That would be cool. We've never gotten a submarine racing movie before.
Nope. I don't know,
because you can't put a window on. I'm imagining like a military submarine. You know. I don't know.
Might take the 2 hours just to complete one lap, though. That's the only problem.
Yeah, right. We put 13 V8s in this nuclear submarine.
Hemis.
But yeah, I mean, no idea. They haven't even filmed it yet. I'm sure they're having trouble getting. I know we talked about how they're having trouble with budgets, and they're having to cut it back and everything. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and get into the movies that are available on streaming this week. So Super Mario Brothers movie is now on Peacock if you want to check it out before the sequel comes out in April. Also, kind of an Oscar award season type movie favorite, The Reader, is now available to watch on Paramount Plus, which I've been wanting to watch for a while. Spider-Man: Homecoming has been added to Peacock, which is an interesting place, but sometimes the rights kind of shuffle around for streaming. Zombieland and Zombieland Double Tap are now available on Peacock as well. The Big Lebowski is now available to watch on Prime Video, as is Waterworld, the infamous disaster of the movie. The Oscar nominee for Rose Byrne this year, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, is now officially available to stream on HBO Max. And lastly, Silent Night, the kind of holiday John Woo action movie, is now available to stream on Peacock.
Very cool.
So that's some fun stuff for that. They have Cars That Drive Over Water now. Just do a movie involving that.
Wait, it could be Waterworld, but just newer.
Post-apocalyptic. I still want them to do the Jurassic World Fast and Furious crossover.
It's not going to happen. I don't.
No, it won't. But if we're going to get G.I. Joe and Transformers, maybe.
I mean, why? That's been in the works forever. I feel like, though.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and talk about the trailers that came out this week, though. Kevin, did anything stand out to you?
I mean, Michael looks good. The drama looks very interesting. More I don't want to say cringy, but very awkward.
Very socially awkward. Yeah,
socially awkward. War Machine looks a Netflix movie. I'll just say that. And then in the blink of an eye looks very interesting. I just wanted to see what happens and what's going on during that.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Cloud Atlas, and I don't know if that's a good thing. I mean, I'm looking forward to Devil Wears Prada too. I actually really like the first movie. I mean, it's not like the best movie I've ever seen, but I enjoyed it, so I am looking forward to that. And I think Michael is looking really good, especially because this trailer focused on the relationship with his father, which is something that I'd like to see explored. It's just too bad that the movie's not going to go over all the kid touching stuff. They had to cut that out, but it is what it is. Alrighty, let's go ahead and talk about the box office this week, Kevin, because we got some really interesting stuff that happened.
Yeah, we do. Send Help with $19.1 million coming in at number 1. We have Iron Lung by Markiplier with $17.8 million. So close to that number 1 spot. Melania was $7 million. Zootopia 2 somehow still in theaters with $5.9 million. And Shelter, you'll talk about that one later, but it only got $5.6 million.
I'll talk about 3 of those later. You will. The big news here being Iron Lung. I mean, Iron Lung was going to show up in the top 5. I don't think a lot of people were expecting it to in the industry, which we knew it was because of how big Markiplier's fan base is. There were people on the Markiplier Reddit who were buying tickets for people who could not afford to go.
That's sick.
So basically there were people that would step in and help you out if you wanted to go see it, which is really, really cool.
Community.
We'll have to see if this kind of holds through next week. Probably not. I think most of the fans went out for this weekend, but I mean, the fact that it already made 10 times its budget or something like that is pretty crazy.
A lot of the time too, because it isn't produced by a big company like A24 or anything like that. Word of mouth might hit Iron Lung, and I think we could still see it in the top 3 next week.
Yeah, I think it could still be in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah,
next week. If it's still in theaters next weekend. I don't know how long it's going to be there for, but alrighty, that's it for the box office. Let's go ahead and talk about the movies that are coming out this week, and it's a weekend of horror for sure, because we got 2 horror movies and an Angel Studios movie. But up first is Whistle. A misfit group of unwitting high school students stumble upon a cursed object, an ancient Aztec death whistle. They discover that blowing the whistle and the terrifying sound it emits will summon their future deaths to hunt them down. This actually sounds pretty interesting from its concept, and the trailer wasn't too bad either. I love Aztec death whistles. They sound so cool.
I hate how good they sound.
It's crazy. But it has a pretty decent rating for a horror movie kind of this part of the year, with 6.3 on IMDb right now. And stars Daphne Keane, who was X-23 in Logan and all that. So, but it is the director of The Nun. So
hey, it's another movie though. It's not another Nun. So
it's true.
We'll
but it is the producer of Long Legs and The Monkey, and then also the same studio that did Late Night with the Devil. So there is some hope for it. Up after that, what there's no hope for is The Strangers Chapter 3, which apparently these movies are just not. I saw the first one in theaters. I haven't seen the second one yet. But the third one, in the series' most brutal chapter, Maya collides with the masked killers and finds the only way out of the nightmare is in. I have no idea what they're going for with this trilogy.
No.
We'll have to wait and see when this comes out. I know the second one was really not well liked at all, so we'll see if this one's any good. Up third is Solo Mio. Left heartbroken in Rome after a wedding disaster, a stranded groom finds his ruined honeymoon transformed by a determined local and a few meddling travelers, proving that sometimes heartbreak is only the beginning. Not only is this an Angel Studios movie, which you should avoid like the plague, it also stars Kevin James.
I saw this on there. I was like, what the heck is this movie on Regal's website?
I have no idea. Whatever. I mean, at least Kevin James is getting some work, I guess, but he doesn't do any. Anyhow, and the last movie is one that I'm truly excited for, which is Scarlet. A medieval princess on a quest to avenge her father's death awakens in a realm between life and death, where she encounters an idealistic young man from the present day who shows her the possibility of a future free of bitterness and rage. This is the same director as one of my favorite films of all time, which is Belle, And this looks absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to check this out in theaters. It does open up this week, although the reviews seem to be a little bit more middle of the road, which is kind of unfortunate. It looks like it's going more for the 3D animation angle. So, that's any good.
I mean, I can get with some 3D animation and stuff like that, but
for sure.
Sometimes it just doesn't do it for me, unfortunately. And I mean, watching the trailer, it looks really good, but
it looks gorgeous. Yeah.
The 3D kind of not takes me out of it, but I stare at it too long, if you know what I mean. It's not like a 2D animated movie.
Yeah, 100%. All righty. Well, that's going to go ahead and that's going to change up the tone here because we're going to be moving into our movie reviews section. But we do have this. Kevin missed an opportunity to say it's another movie.
Oh gosh, I didn't
talking about whistle, by the way. Which I mean, I don't know if Kevin could have pronounced that correctly in the first place.
Probably not. Probably not. I would have stuttered.
I joke. I love you, Kevin. All righty, let's go ahead. We have some movies to talk about here today that we reviewed. Kevin, you watched one movie.
You have 10.
I have 10. Okay. Thank you for counting ahead of time. That makes it a lot easier on me. So I'll do 5. You do 1, then I'll do 5, I guess.
Yep.
All right. We'll go ahead and start up first with the last movie that I watched as a part of my January Days O Docs, which is Einstein and the Bomb, which this is a weird take on a documentary. So it's about like Albert Einstein and his period of time from kind of like the rise of the Nazi Party and when he fled Germany and went to the United States. And it's kind of like it's partly like a recreation, like they have like it looks like a historical period piece drama. But then the other half is like archive footage and narration. It's really weird, and it doesn't really work. It's like the filmmakers wanted to do a period drama, but then couldn't get they wasted their budget or just didn't have a budget, so they had to like make it into a documentary. When it focuses on Einstein's musings on like science and peace, because he was a big advocate of peace, it's really good, and it's kind of like it's really nice to listen to that today because it's still relevant. But when it focuses on the reenactment stuff, it's just really not interesting at all. And it's not even well acted. It's just kind of cringy. So give it a 45. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it, but I would not recommend it. I know Nadia's going to disagree with me on this next one, but it's okay. Movies are subjective.
Yep.
But I love Hereditary. I just watched it for the first time I watched it before, but I haven't had the ability to review it until now. So I watched it before we even did the podcast or anything. But this is one of the best horror movies I've ever seen, in my personal opinion. I know not everyone agrees. This movie is very divisive, for sure. But I love how this addresses like family trauma and the idea of like inheritance and what you get from your parents and your grandparents. What kind of gets passed down from generation to generation. What happens when supernatural forces are more interested in you than your own family is, which is really kind of a really cool angle that it goes here. I think this movie is kind of effortlessly horrifying. It doesn't really have jump scares. I mean, it does have a couple, but it's more so focused on like the mood and the tension of the scene, which makes it scary to me. I prefer that as opposed to jump scares. I like etherealness. I like suspense. I like being kept on the edge of my seat and then there's no payoff, so I'm still on the edge of my seat, not knowing when it's going to get calm again.
Yep.
But what really helps here is Toni Collette's performance. She is incredible as the mom in this movie. She was snubbed for an Oscar nomination, in my opinion. But the entire family, Gabriel Byrne, Alex Wolff, and Millie Shapiro, all fantastic. The dysfunction, the family dynamic is incredible. And the movie just looks absolutely incredible. It's so iconic because it really spawned that whole, like, it and The Witch are kind of responsible for bringing art house horror kind of back into the mainstream, which I like. I know some people don't, but I really enjoy it. So I love this movie. Really don't have any faults with it personally. So 97 out of 100.
Nice.
But let's go ahead and talk about the big news piece this weekend, which is Iron Lung, and it is okay. I didn't go into this with high hopes because, like, obviously Markiplier has never made a theatrical feature film before. He has done TV shows with Edge of Sleep, which is on Amazon Prime, which he was okay in. And then there's also like In Space with Markiplier and The Heist with Markiplier on YouTube. But this is like a actual feature film, and I will say that this movie looks incredible. There's no way that a movie should look this good on a budget this low, which is really impressive. I think that The practical effects are really good. Obviously, the blood effects are the big talk because they set a world record for the most amount of blood used in a movie ever. It's like the score is really good too. It really kind of feels like the game brought to life, which is cool. I've never played the game, but I've watched it all the way through several times from different content creators, so I'm aware of it. They really expand on the lore too. So this movie is written by Mark and the original creator of the game, I think it's credit. So they kind of have expanded the world and made it much more interesting than the kind of indie game lack of a story makes it seem like. And I like the horror angle that it takes. It goes for more of a cosmic horror as opposed to like jump scares or kind of like supernatural, which I really like. What I don't like though is that it's poorly paced. This movie is 2 hours long, and it does not need to be 2 hours long. It gets boring in the first half, I will say. But that last half is awesome. The last like 30 minutes in particular is just bonkers, and it's really good. That last 30 minutes is fantastic. But I think this it shows that Mark has some talent, and I hope that he continues to make films because he does have a knack for it. I just wish that he would choose a role or two instead of doing directing, writing, acting, editing. Like, just pick one or two roles and excel in those, and don't overstretch yourself. That's probably the biggest piece of advice I would have.
Hey, I mean, it's his first movie too. I mean, some people put themselves like The Secret Agent. Isn't he the director? The director's not Secret Agent. What's the Kung Fu one? Indian guy. I know that sounds really racist with the medal that when they played.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry. All right. Well, that's gonna be a 60 out of 100. Next up, I'm gonna give you is Shelter, and it exists. I will say it's better than Beekeeper because this one at least has a nice little emotional part to it. The chemistry between he and the girl, and like their story is fine. Like that gives it an edge over Beekeeper for sure. This is the only. I saw 16 movies in theaters last month, including some really good ones, like Sentimental Value, and another one coming up. This was the only one there was applause after, and my theater was filled with old, retired dads and their probably hostaged wives who were in the theater because they didn't want to sit home alone or something. This movie's boring. It's nothing. The movie literally is nothing. Like, it's all based on a misconception and like a lie, and it's dumb. It's just Jason Statham in a movie. There's no character to him. I do like the chemistry between he and the little girl, and their story is good. Other than that, I just did not care for this at all. Would not recommend it. I mean, unless you're like a divorced or still married conservative white father, you'll probably won't like this movie unless you're one of those things. Alrighty, and last up before we go to Kevin is Arco, which is an Oscar nominee for Best Animated Feature this year. This is a film from France, and I often wonder what's going to happen when Miyazaki is gone, the creator of Totoro and Howl's Moving Castle and stuff. Like, will animation retain that whimsical fantasy quality? Like, will we get movies like that again? And Arco gives me hope, because this does feel like a Miyazaki movie from France, which is really something special. It's absolutely gorgeous. The humor, the animation are great. I feel like it and Cartoon Saloon, the Irish studio, are really kind of picking up where Studio Ghibli is starting to like leave the torch, which is cool. The characters are fun. Their chemistry is great. The voice cast in the English version is incredible. The mom is played by Natalie Portman. The dad is played by Mark Ruffalo. The robot that kind of is left behind to watch the family is voiced by both of them, which is interesting at the same time. And then there's three guys that follow the main kid around, who are played by Will Ferrell, Andy Samberg, and Flea, and they all do great. The story is a little formulaic. If you've seen E.T. or anything like it, you'll kind of get the same pieces of the pie there. The familiarity does hold it back slightly, but I think the animation's why you're here. It's gorgeous, it's funny, it's heartwarming, and it feels like animation's back, because we don't get a lot of 2D animated movies anymore.
No, they do not.
But anyhow, let's go ahead and get to Kevin's movie.
Mine was GoldenEye 007 movie. This is with, oh gosh, I had his name and I totally forgot it. Pierce Brosnan.
Yep.
And this was a typical like 90s action movie with James Bond kind of taking action, no pun intended, into this movie. I don't know if I liked it better. I don't know. I gave it pretty similar scores to Doctor No. I feel like, and I think I prefer Doctor No though, just because of the nostalgia behind Doctor No. I feel like, because like, don't get me wrong, the action in this is better, and the cinematography is better, and everything is good. But that one, the Doctor No, just has just something about it that makes it 007 kind of a sitch. So, but it's still, this is a really good movie. The little twists and turns in this movie are fantastic. But you're here for the action. That's what you get. And it was fun. So I gave it a 77 out of 100.
Alrighty. It's interesting that you say that the nostalgia is there, because it's like I get more nostalgia from GoldenEye, but I think that's because I played the game GoldenEye so much before watching it.
I didn't.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of informs that, but I get what you're saying completely. Alrighty, let's get back to mine here. Another theatrical movie I saw this weekend was Send Help, which beat out Markiplier this weekend. And I thought this was a good little film that has some flaws, but I think that it's a welcome original film. And welcome back, Sam Raimi, who hasn't made a horror movie in quite a long time. I think Drag Me to Hell was the last one he made. I will say that this movie is not so much a horror movie. It feels more like a comedy thriller with some horror elements to it, because there's definitely a lot of like gross out stuff. Like you get a lot of Evil Dead kind of gore of stuff in this, which is a lot of fun. Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams were really good in this movie. Rachel McAdams does crazy and manic very well. And Dylan O'Brien is a fantastic douchebag. he's a total douche. But McAdams and Raimi, who they worked together for the first time in the Doctor Strange sequel, I guess they met through there and they wanted to continue working together. I think they work really well together. I think she really vibes with the style of this movie a lot more efficiently than I've seen her in other movies. But then also, like, most of my issues with this movie lie in its ending and its kind of twist. I don't want to spoil anything. It felt like it was easy to see coming, and there's some kind of, I had a hunch the whole time what was going to happen, and then it happened. But I will say there's also some really wonky visual effects. Like the plane crash looks really weird. That's all I'll say. It's not amazing by any means, but it's a really fun and original film. Like, 2026 starting off right, with kind of horror movies and genre movies. Honestly, like 2026 in general has not been too bad so far. I mean, we've had some pretty low lows with, Primate and Melania, but we've had some really big surprises. So,
I mean, this would be one of them, right? For now.
It's true. It is a surprise for now. It is in my list for best movies of the year so far right now.
I mean,
but not a whole lot else has come out. But after that, watched an animated movie, which I am so glad that I did, from Czechoslovakia, or Czech Republic, whatever it's called now. I know the name changes a lot. But it's The Pied Piper from 1986. This is a stop-motion animated movie that is absolutely creepy. It's extremely creative, and it's bursting with, like, artisan talent. It stands out among other stop-motion movies because of its distinctive, like, expressionistic style. Like, you've seen Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. It feels very similar to that, and like door frames being all angled and askew, and the way the characters are designed. I'm not the biggest fan of the way the characters speak in this. I appreciate what they're going for. There's no language. It's mostly just like, it's just really annoying.
Like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, but you don't need any, like, you can understand what's going on in any language. Like, I could be from, Turkey and watch this and completely understand it. I could be from Russia and watch this and completely understand. I could watch it from Ecuador. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you will understand, like, the sentiment and what's happening. So I do appreciate that, but it is definitely a little grating on the ears. I also wish it was longer. It's like just under an hour, and it's like, really good length, but like, I wanted to see a little more of the world because the designs were so good. So give it an 80 out of 100. Really highly recommend this. Joey, if you're watching, I know you're a big animation fan. Would highly recommend watching this. And same with you, Kevin.
Okay.
But let's go ahead and get into my February challenge. which is going to dominate my movie stuff for a while because there's not a whole lot of short films for this. But for February, I am doing a fill in the map February. So basically what that means, I'm going to go ahead and upload a picture here. Give me 1 second. I got to find it here. But basically, when you pay for the level of letterbox that I do, on your stats page, it gives you a map of the world and where you've seen movies from, right? So it makes the countries you've seen movies from are green. So for me, I can pull up my map here. This is a screenshot from before February started. All the countries that are in gray are countries that I've never seen a film from. So the idea is that for February, it's fill in the map February. Okay. So I'll take another screenshot at the end of February, and we can compare it side by side and see how much I filled in. So starting off, the first movie I watched for this was from Vietnam, which is called Fury, which was actually a pretty competent revenge action movie, kind of like in the vein of like a John Wick type style. But I was pleasantly surprised by this. It has some pretty decent action. The performances are good as well. Veronica. I do not know how to pronounce that last name. NGO. Ingo does a commendable job in the lead role. Like they didn't just make her like an assassin or like a criminal or something. She's just a debt collector and used to be like a bouncer for a strip club. So that's where she learned to fight. And I think that really is a different way to do it, and I like that. She kicks ass, and she also gets her ass kicked. Like she's not perfect, and I think I like when action movies don't make them like a god, right? They have to get kind of beaten down a little bit. Yeah, or Dwayne Johnson or whatever. It's more down to earth too, and I appreciated that. And she's a big reason why that feels so grounded. What didn't work for me as much was the editing. There's a lot of just like really weird jump cuts, and clearly they wanted to just use the footage they had. Like it also tries to make it seem more like energetic or frenetic, but it just doesn't really work. In addition, I wasn't a big fan of the narrative decision. Like they didn't explain, like the whole point is her daughter is kidnapped. She's a single mom, her kid's kidnapped. They don't really explain why she was kidnapped until the very end, which is kind of confusing. Like and the reason why is really it's I'm sure it's realistic, but it's really messed up. But they don't explain anything until the end, which is kind of frustrating. Also, there's some lighting issues for sure. Like there's a whole fight on a train, and it's like mostly in the dark. So it's like, okay. I don't know why I couldn't see anything. It's got good action though. It's got some good cinematography, some decent direction. Can't wait to see more from the director, the star, and the country. I mean, Vietnam has proven that it had a high level of production though. So definitely a lot of fun there. Up after that, I watched a Netflix film from Sri Lanka called Paradise. And honestly, this movie was really dull. Not a whole lot going on here. It was a brisk 90 minutes, so it's paced well. The problem is that it's just like the characters you do not care about, and it's like this couple where like a rift opens up between them and they start being driven apart. They were like freshly married or whatever, and you don't care. Like their performances just aren't that interesting, and like you don't like their chemistry isn't there. It feels like a forced chemistry. Like they're like, oh, these are the actors we got. We're not going to do a chemistry test or whatever. You just go ahead and act like you're married. Also, the dialogue is not very well written. And it's just kind of boring. But I think it is cool because it's set against the actual protests that happened in Sri Lanka regarding its government. And I believe there was a coup. I could be completely wrong there. But setting that against something that's relevant is kind of cool. There's also an actor that plays a police officer in this, the main police officer. He's good. He's probably the only one in the movie I would say who's actually good. It's okay. Right, not even okay. It was just boring. 40 out of 100. Okay. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's up to you. Lastly, oh man, the Battle of Algiers, which is from Algeria, is absolutely incredible. So Kevin, if you remember when we went and saw one battle after another, there's a part where Leo DiCaprio is watching TV in his house, and it's like a black and white movie.
Yeah.
It's this movie.
Yeah, I think you said it when we were watching it or something like that.
Well, I didn't know at the time.
Oh, well, never mind.
I realized that last night.
I was talking to the guy next to me. There was no one
there
next
you
to
go. Well, I don't know who you're seeing. But this movie feels incredibly relevant just because of everything that's going on in our country right now, but also in other countries across the world. This is the kind of resistance rebellion movement in Algeria while France occupied them during the 50s. And it shows the kind of levels to which both sides would go to during one of those conflicts. And it's kind of seen as a way to do rebellion right, and kind of like, but also a warning, like, don't go too far, don't get too violent, don't, that kind of thing. Performances across the board are incredible. It feels like a documentary set sometimes, which is really interesting. Like, there are scenes where they set off a bomb and it blows up like a storefront, and it looks like a real bomb went off, which it probably did, right? But like, it looks absolutely real. Every moment, like, no moment feels wasted. It's a 2-hour movie, and you don't feel that. Like at all. And obviously 2 hours is not that long of a movie, but like, it just goes. Like maybe for like the first 10-20 minutes it's a little slow as it's getting things started, but then it just does not let up for the rest of the movie, and it's absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love this. If you love movies at all, if you care about politics and kind of like freedom and like the fight for freedom against kind of more tyrannical forces, I would highly recommend this movie. It's on several different streaming networks. It's on HBO Max and Criterion and Tubi. Would highly recommend this movie. I give it a 98 out of 100. Very
cool.
Really not a whole lot I can fault with this movie. Alrighty.
All right.
Let's go ahead and see here. Kevin, was the directorial debut movie you were thinking of was Monkey Man?
Yes.
With Dev Patel.
Yeah, because he directed it and he was the main character in it as well, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and get into the wheel spin movies. And Kevin, let's do your short.
Yeah, my short was fantastic. I really enjoyed this one. It's called Special Delivery. It's more of a sketch art animation, if that makes any sense to anybody. And the story behind it, I didn't know anything going up into it, like I do most of my movies that I watch, except for Stuart Little, because I already knew that as nostalgia right there. But this one, the story got me very intrigued on what was going to happen with said guy and the wife and everything like that. And there's some twists and turns in here that is absolutely fantastic that I really enjoyed. And it's only, again, a 7-minute short, so it's not too long of a short, but the animation style is really awesome. But the story is what really drives this animation to what it is. I really enjoyed it. I think everybody should go check it out, especially because of how cool it is and how different it is. So give it an 86 out of 100 for me.
All right. My short was also really good. Technological Threat, which an incredibly relevant short, because this really kind of predicted the rise of 3D animation. You have basically these 2D dog-like people, like very cartoony looking, but they're slowly getting replaced by these 3D robot characters because they're not working fast enough. So not only does it predict that, but it also kind of like feels about the same as regarding humans getting replaced by AI in the art field. So this still feels really relevant, which I really appreciated. It's really well animated, and I think that it uses the concept very well. What I will say that I wasn't kind of clear on is that Mel Blanc was credited for the voices in this, but like couldn't tell it was him. That was the only kind of weird thing, but really good. Yeah, this was a fun one. So
very cool.
Kind of feels weird because we have AI taking over.
Yeah. Stuart Little was my wheel spin movie, and this is just nostalgia for me. Sometimes it's not the greatest, but Stuart looks fantastic even from the 1999. I think he still looks fantastic. There's a lot of other movies that came out much later or much newer that looks much worse than what this one did. It is a little bit predictable. It is I feel like the main kid gets a little annoying sometimes, but I mean, it's 1990s. You can't get everything what you want, but it was still good. It was still fun, nostalgia aspect to it. Me and my sister used to watch this maybe once a year, so it was really cool. So I give it a 76 out of 100. Just good.
Yeah. One of the 10 movies she's seen in her lifetime.
Yeah.
My movie was Critters. And I was pleasantly surprised by this. I didn't go in with really any hopes at all. Like I typically don't go into movies with expectations at all, just because like it sucks when your expectations aren't met. but then it also kind of feels really good when they're exceeded. I don't know. I just go in with nothing. And I think it was like it does enough to distinguish itself from Gremlins, although they feel very similar. Yeah. I think the biggest thing that differentiates it is that this is a sci-fi one. Gremlins was more like a supernatural kind of a thing. This one's more like they came from space, which is kind of a fun concept. I love the kind of more slapsticky elements of this movie. The bounty hunters are a kind of really fun touch. The practical designs for the beginning, when they show like the transformation, when they go from like the green blob to being human, looks great. Although I do think that my biggest issue is that the critters themselves, or the krites, I think they're called, they don't feel like a threat at all. They just kind of seem like more of a nuisance. Like, you know, the gremlins were like a threat because there were a lot of them and they were really intelligent. These just kind of felt, I don't know, like I could just kick them. I don't know. Like it didn't really feel like they were like, it got rid of any horror kind of tension. Or like suspense, right? And it just kind of went for more of the comedy angle. And when it focuses on that, I think it's good. I also like that it's in more of like a rural setting instead of being in like a major city or like LA or something. Like this one's out in like farm country, which you don't really see a whole lot. And that really brings me back to like being a 50s B movie. In terms of like that kind of tone, which I did appreciate. So I gave it a 70. Not my favorite movie in the world by any means, but it was good enough that like I would watch this again. You know, if someone was looking for kind of like an 80s horror movie or like an 80s kind of sci-fi something or other. But it was fun. 70 out of 100. I'm not going to say it was amazing by any means, but you know,
a fun watch.
Yeah. Alrighty. That was a lot of talking.
Yep.
But let's go ahead and get into our favorite part, Kevin.
Yeah, which is we spin a wheel and it picks a movie, or we pick it, because we have lots of those, a lot of those options on there.
Those have been whittled down, though. We don't have as many.
Watch us get it. Watch us get it.
I mean, hey, if it does, I know what movie you're watching.
What movie's that?
Well, you'll find out.
Okay.
All right. Well, if anyone has any movies they want to add to the wheel, go ahead and get those in. We are getting a little short on shorts. So, Nadia says Brightburn, a movie that I have not seen.
She watched Brightburn.
I have not seen that since it came out. Very nice. All right, Brightburn is going on the list. Fun fact: that was written by James Gunn.
Oh, Nadia. Oh, she watched it yesterday. Very cool.
We'll go into the wheel of shorts because we got some from Joey here. All right. The Screwy Truant from 1945. Peck Up Your Troubles from 1945. Donald's, I got some Disney ones in here. Donald, Happy Birthday from 1949. We got French Rarebit from 1951. Putty Tat Trouble from 1951. And Pinto Pink from 1967. That movie was crazy. Yeah. Kind of one of the first major like movies or TV shows that examines the idea of what if Superman went bad. You know, the other one would be The Boys. So, Alrighty. Well, that's going to be it. We only have 2 people watching, and both of you submitted stuff. So we'll go ahead and get this all shuffled. Kevin, let's get you your short.
Yeah. Let's give me my short.
I should probably look up my list of shorts just in case. Nope. Oh, you got a World War II one. I'll Never Heil Again.
Yes, please. Not that it's good or anything like that, but these old school like propaganda ones are so good for some reason.
I'm actually going to leave that one on there, and I'm going to put my name next to it because I want to get that one. That's what they should have called the training for Elon Musk after him heiling. All right. So we have that. I'll Never Heil Again for Kevin, and my short is going to be You ought to be in pictures.
What the heck is?
I have no idea, actually. Let me look that one up. It
Oh,
sounds like it would be
1940.
a.
Oh,
It's a Porky Pig
and Daffy.
and Daffy Duck. Yeah. Okay, that's an older one. Nice. I like
Oh, it
that
looks-
old style.
It looks interesting. It looks like they go into like the human world.
It looks like it. Oh yeah, I guess so.
Well, that's
Interesting.
cool.
Really excited to check that one out then. Alrighty, Kevin.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Keep it on there. Keep it on
there. I'm gonna do that from now on, just in case it doesn't have a name on it.
hmm
Alrighty. And we'll go ahead and save the wheel, and then let's go to the movie one.
Yep. Let's
Shuffle
spin
this up.
in this bitch.
Oh, so Kevin, yours is a Three Stooges one.
Oh, it is.
Alrighty, Kevin, here we go. And Kevin's movie is... Oh, it was one off from being me. Mr. Mom.
Oh, okay. This is an audio one.
Yeah, classic 80s comedy.
Mhm.
I want to double check and see if this is the one. Yeah. So you know what's really funny about this, Kevin? The kid with the blanket, which I believe he calls his whoopee. The kid with the blanket is Taliesin Jaffe from Critical Role.
Which one is he?
He's
The
the goth guy.
No. I meant in the movie. I know who Taliesin Jaffe is.
He's the little
now.
kid with the blanket.
Okay. I'll just have to remind myself that.
Alrighty, and my movie will be
Oh, he does look. Yeah, Taliesin. Okay, I know who he is now.
well, you called it, Kevin.
What? Oh. Actually, I was gonna see if you've seen one movie. It's called. What was the movie? Stupid. Paradise. Hold on, let me look it up. Paradise. And then you go here, you go down here. It's gonna be TAU. I don't know how to say it.
Cow?
Yeah.
Is that like the red triangle?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it's got Micah Monroe in it. I am down for that.
I clicked on it. It looked interesting. So
All right. I am down. I kind of have a crush on Micah Monroe, so I'll take it.
I thought this was a one that you could get off your map, but I don't think it is.
Let me see. Technically, it is a movie from Luxembourg.
Oh.
Let me see. I want to check and see if I've seen anything from Luxembourg. Let's find out. Luxembourg is a very small country. That's Andorra. Liechtenstein. Where is Luxembourg? Oh my gosh. I'm showing how American I am because I don't know where anything is. Luxembourg is near... Oh, I have seen a movie from Luxembourg. I've seen several, actually.
Oh, really?
Because I guess they were credited on It Was Just an Accident, Clown in a Cornfield, Borderlands, Daddy-O, Wolfwalker, Song of the Sea, and Ernest and Celestine.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So...
well, you're watching Tao.
Yep, well, I'm watching Tap. So that's on Netflix. Can't wait to watch.
That's how you say it.
Give me some Micah Monroe. Alrighty. But that's going to be it for this week's Wheel Spin and the live stream. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week. Kevin and I will be back on Friday with our next Movie Club episode, which will be our first one of February. Our February theme for Movie Club being romance films.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be starting off with the classic 1930s rom-com, It Happened One Night. Which
I mean, we have to start with possibly the first romance
possibly
movie.
One of the first ones out there. Among the first, for sure.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us. And as always, thank you for just being around.
Hanging out.
Yeah. But until next time, make sure to keep those eyes on the screen, everyone. Have a good night.